What happens when a single question becomes problem? Yes, a single question. And how does it reveal about two very different words of education? Hi, this is Navya Bal and you're watching TimesXP. A social media post about the American-born children returning to India has triggered a debate far bigger than the classroom discussion. At the first glance, it sounds like an ordinary school adjustment story. But look closer, and it raises questions about culture, authority, learning, and the future of education itself, and also a little bit of racism. The story begins with a family that moved back to India after spending years in the United States. Now, their children born and raised in America joined an Indian high school, and according to their teachers, they adapted very well academically. But then came the unexpected observation. During a parent-teacher meeting, the educator reportedly told the parents that their children needed to tone down a bit. Yes, to tone down a bit and appear more respectful when asking questions or debating ideas in the classroom. So basically the idea was that the children, American-born ones, were not very respectful in the class and were very outgoing. So the teacher suggested them to be toned down a bit. However, what happened next is into the global conversation. The post quickly spread online, with many people arguing that the reaction highlighted a deeper difference between the educational culture in India and as of the United States. Well, in many American schools, students are encouraged to ask questions, to challenge the ideas and participate in the open discussion. Now, curiosity is often seen as the engagement. Debate is viewed as a sign of independent thinking. But there's a bigger story. In many traditional Indian education systems, but part of India, respect for the teachers and classroom discipline have historically been given a significant importance. In such environment, the direct questioning can sometimes be interpreted very differently. And that changes everything, because the issue is no longer just about a few students. It is now more about competing ideas of what education system should be achieving. Should the schools primarily focus on the knowledge, the discipline, the examination, or maybe performance? Or should they just focus on questioning, critical thinking, and challenging the assumptions? Basically, the curiosity. Social media users divided into two camps now. Some argued that Indian classrooms remain too hierarchical and discouraged students from asking why, while others pushed back, saying that the issue was being misunderstood. They argued that the teachers were not objecting to the questions themselves, but to the tone and the manner in which they were asking. And yet, there may be some truth on both sides. Well, as both families move between the countries, classrooms are becoming cultural meet points where the differences of the expectations collide. Now, make no mistakes here. This debate is not really about one school or one family. It is more about how future generations will return. How will they learn, communicate, and exchange challenge ideas repeatedly, rapidly changing in the world. Now, because sometimes the most powerful questions in the classroom is not what is being asked, but it is whether asking encouraged in the first place or not. What are your thoughts on this? Make sure to comment down below.